Hello again, everybody. Faceless here. I have concocted another tale. I've been about many things and pondering so many different facets of life. I call this story the tale of Barrows Bend. Hello there. Though my name might not be important, I guess you can call me Bob. The year is 1865. We have been digging deep into the ground for quite some time, trying to make a tunnel that goes from one town or city as you would have it to the other through the mountains. Well, years later, we were able to construct Barrows Bend. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering right now. I am just so utterly terrified. The minute Barrows Bend was completed, we had a lot of mysterious disappearances and deaths. We found a lot of scalpless skeletons that were heavily rotted. We first suspected it was the natives. Well, I can tell you how wrong we were. Have you ever heard the legend of knockers, Tommy knockers, spirits who have the potential to either warn us about cave-ins, parts we should not dig deep into, foul gases under the earth where they knock, or to terrify the miners out of that place from shipping it completely? Well, it's what they wake up, is what I'm going to explain right now. Imagine something with the strength of the gorilla, as tall as a 6'9" man, and well, claws longer than a garden hoe, or or anything with any kind of tool with three prongs. I would say. Well, imagine they're as thick as bear claws as well, and then you kind of ask yourself what color they are. Well, you assume white fur, no blue tinge to it. They are, for the most part, blind, yet they have heightened hearing and smell. I don't exactly know what they call them, but I call them the forbidden underground dwellers. This is when we started seeing corpses everywhere. Animals, people, children, elderly, being dragged off into the other caves that were never finished. No one could ever find these creatures, but I kept seeing them. I was always alone. They were always going off into the mountains, disappearing into some unknown past somewhere. Well, we finally caught one, and what horrified us more is it speaks our language and understands it completely. Its name is Harum. He says that long ago we used to live in peace together before his family and all his people were banished down here. They used to resemble a normal Sasquatch or what you would call Bigfoot. Same kind of hair, same kind of skin. So it took centuries for them to either evolve or degrade into what they are now. They said there was a huge battle over land, jungles, tundras, you name it, lakes. They, everyone started fighting over it as, they forgot them and the humans used to live in peace. Well, we decided to seal them in there and make sure that no one would dig. Well, a couple hundred years later, look what we're doing. They said they want to come out and, well, make the world in their language now. 6 hours ago, we killed her. We realized he knew way too much information about us, and so does the people. How are we to battle these things I just described? Well, we decided to set a big fire within the cave, fanning it in there, making sure there was no oxygen left. We put dynamite near the farthest way we could get to the bottom, and then we made sure to pump it full of naphtha gas, and we cleared about, I'd say, 5 to 10 miles away from it because this is a huge blast and a lot of smoke. Well, there was a huge boom. We heard lots of roars through the whole cavern, and just simply everything dropped silent. Explosions were triggered. We all were prepared with rudimentary gas masks that at least we thought would work. Then we heard crumbling, and it wasn't due to our explosives. Something giant was coming out of these rocks. Something really, really angry. Well, we got all our rifles, and some of us had some dynamite ready, and a few cannons. We were so poor we had to make our own kind of mixtures, peppered similarly like to a scattered bomb you would use to maybe blow up a opening to make it closed again. Well, we saw the biggest, most atrocious, gargantuan thing we thought we'd ever see. It didn't look like any of them. It was a combination, what they looked like, or what their species should have looked like, with a reptile. The only thing I said they similarly have is that fur. But this thing did not look like some kind of ape. 100 feet tall. We wondered how we were going to get out of this. Well, we ran into the cave, or cover, the other ones that we actually didn't seal off and have breathable air. But each day this thing gets a little closer, and each one of us is closer to its jaws. It's killed a lot of my companions. I'm not exactly sure what we're supposed to do now. We pissed off the wrong ancient prehistoric thing. Well, we plan to create a landslide, hoping that's going to get it. We're starting to run out of food now. Hope someone finds the last scratchings I can put on this boulder. I die now. Well, everybody, thanks for coming, and hope to see all of you again.